Hey YouTube, I'm Coach Dragonmar and welcome to a new video. I still look you to Radiant back in episode 1 and my goal is to help you guys do the same. I'm actually returning to streaming on Twitch this Saturday, June 4th at 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll be starting with live coaching sessions. If you're interested in being coached on or off stream, check out my coaching profile on metafi.gg/@Dragonmar, where I actually just released a coaching package that's dedicated to omen / brimstone and the controller role. And remember, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like and of course subscribe for more. I hope to see you guys on stream this Saturday. And guys, jumping into this VOD review, we do have a Diamond 1 Cypher. Now, let's talk about the 5-star system I use to rate these rounds. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. It's based on value. It's based on the value provided in the round compared with what might be the expected value. How much value you actually provide versus what should be expected on you on any given round. That's kind of how I try to rate them. It is a more subjective system, but I think it works really well. For example, in this very first round right here, as we can see, just gonna push through here, gonna end up dying on this fight to the Sage. Not really sure, you know, it looked like you were very worried about what was behind you, so you're kind of losing focus in this round, obviously. And just gonna go down there to the Sage. So because there wasn't much value provided, unfortunately, I have to go with 2 stars on the round. Take a look at that smoke going down right there in vent. Now, pushing through here, what is one of the most important things you guys can do when you push mid? Is to have someone always covering vent, right? This is the key. Vent is one of those areas that on rounds like this in particular is very, very easy to push. And what we're about to see is exactly that. So take a look at this. Gonna be going for the shots on the Sage, gonna miss your shots, and then you die to the KO pushing the vent. Smart play by him. You weren't really able to do much damage to the Sage either, so those were some whiffs there, so I'm gonna have to go with 2 stars on this round. Got 3 teammates in mid. Looks like 1 teammate over towards B right now. So here comes the rotate. Now this is, I believe, first gun round because we're on round 3. Good kill there by the fade. All right, gonna go for a little pressure here mid. The raze is there, obviously, as well. So we know 2 players mid, but look, your team is on site and you're nowhere near. All right, so this is part of the problem, right? We have 2 players in mid not doing anything, right? You guys are not pushing up, which is really what you should be doing. And then you've got 1, 2 players already on site with your omen running over as well. So this round is a round where you want to be playing more as a team, okay? That's the problem here. You're in a position where you're not helping at all, right? And now you're even checking the spawn. So this is one of those rounds where you just want to be a bit quicker on what you're doing. All right, the round eventually did get into a 1v1 there, and you are able to clutch. Good job on that, I'll say, but you definitely want to be a bit quicker earlier into that round. So I'm going to go with 3 stars there. The reason is I didn't feel like you had the impact early on. You weren't in the right position, and so for that, I'm going to take some stars off. But you do a good, nice job at least clutching that round out for your team. So we'll go 3. Round 4 starting off here, heavy pressure over towards A, guys. Take a look at the mini map. So all 5 players here. Now, the key with an A take, I love splitting A. I love setting 1 player up ramps minimum, sometimes even 2. The problem here, where is the value? What is happening? Okay, so let's go back for a second here. Why are you the first one out? So here's your cage, right? This cage to me is a cage that is screaming for you to push it. And what I would look for here is maybe help from a fade. I would have the fade probably use their dog to go through, clear close left for you really fast, and then swing it hard back to the right here and use that dog to cover you as you push through your cage silently, right? Because that's the key with the Cypher cage. Now the problem, what do? No one's pushing. You say, hey, I can do this. You do like a jump peek, don't see anyone, swing out wide, gun's not ready when you turn the corner, go into a spray, immediately crouch, raze takes your head off. That's a bad play. That's a 1-star round. All right, starting round 5 off here, gonna go for double cage and a cam setup. So I like that cam placement. That's pretty tricky. Gonna be walking up here. Wow, that cage was really low there. I'm actually really surprised, but this is massive value. You guys want to talk about having impact on a round? Take a look at this play here. Comes through, great adjustment on the shots there. Only takes a 1 bullet from that raze as well. So 60 health here, not great, but if your Sage can heal you, that's awesome. Brings you up to 100 with a Vandal. That's a very good play by you. 1 mistake, where's the trip? Where's the trip flank? Why not? Why not? Why not trip flank? I think there you want to trip flank though to check and see, because I can't think of a better use of one of those trips. All right, opening up round 6, down 1-4 here, going for the cam in mid. Cam not going to see anyone. There's the spot, so we know there is a player mid that looked like Brimstone. Couldn't actually really tell fast enough. And gonna go for the cage. The cage overlapping with the smoke is honestly kind of bad. that cage would have been much better off a little bit later. And here's the thing, remember, what value are you getting from your cages? That's what you have to think about. What value is it providing? Now you're stuck. You have to be looking up there. You're slow again. Take a look at this, right, guys? So you have to understand the situation you're in, okay? The situation that you are in, oh, I went forward somehow. The situation you're in here is a rough one, okay? Let's pause this for a second, shall we? Let's take a look. Where is our team? First and foremost, we have 3 players supporting us from mid. All of these players can only help support here, right? That's their sight line. They're looking like, you know, I'll show you this other angle I have. They're looking like this, right? See this? They're looking over here towards there, which means you're so focused right here, right? So let's take a look. Where are you aiming in this process? You aim back over here. Not your job anymore. Your job is over here. You got to know your trip. You got to know your cage timings. If a player's here, you're not even close to being able to fight them. You do try to get over there, but just not quite in time. And that, my friends, is how this game is a game of milliseconds, right? If he got there a little bit quicker, better crosshair placement, he's ready to take that fight. But in this case, he wasn't. And because of that, this is a low value round. I don't like very much of what I saw here. I do have to go with 1 star. All right, guys, moving into round 8 here. This is a very important round to watch. I want you guys to pay attention to what happens after this. This right here is a nice play. I like that he's pushing up. He has to be careful. He's done this a lot of times now. Omen TP's into heaven, which gets some good pressure. Right here, he's going to get a little bit of help from his buddy. Good crossfire, but Omen dies for it. Now, we know Sage just got a kill, right? So I want everyone paying attention to this. Sage just got a kill, okay? Teammate is dead, so we know Sage is right here, okay? Here's the key to this round. The key to this round is getting value from our flanking Sage. You guys see that flanking Sage over there? That is what is going to win this round. So in this situation, you might be asking, what do we do? I think you stall. So let's let this Cypher ult go through. Now we have info on both players. We know the Brim and the Sage are right next to each other for the most part. With Sage here, what I'm doing is I'm actually shooting this wall. And what I want to do is I want to delay the Sage. I want the Sage to know I'm there. I want the Sage to know I know they're there and pretend like I'm going to swing her. And I'm communicating to my Sage, come flank this guy for me if you can, if the Brim is not the threat to the Sage. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Sage is still flanking. You're holding. You're not going to shoot. What happens? Sage, enemy Sage runs away. Your Sage whiffs the shots. You go to try to help. It's too late. Need better communication there. Has to be better comms. You started this round off strong, but it absolutely should not have gotten to this point. This should have been a 5-star round, but I'm gonna have to go with 4 because you need a better communication there. You lost a lot of value, and with 2 deaths, that's unacceptable. So yeah, 4 stars. Moving into round 10, guys, gonna be breaking that Sage wall in mid. You guys know what I say about Sage walls. Always break them when you get a chance. Ooh, this shot. Oh, that's a tough shot. That's a pixel shot. Not gonna go your way. Let's see what the play is here, though. 3v4. Still a chance to get some value out of this round. Any kill, any damage you do is good. Getting pressured hard by this Sage here. And gonna get the headshot. Very nice. Good value. Ooh, the chamber comes through, and you're almost able to take him out as well. A decent round for you. I'll go 4 stars there. Good job. Always nice to get a kill on these light buy rounds. All right, really quick, guys, I want to talk about something. So Bike here has used the same Cypher setup in almost every round. It's this double cage cam setup with the cam placed up top here, which looks down into into sort of that back sort of screens and rafters area. We've seen that almost every round. The problem with that is, first of all, you're blowing a lot of utility early. Now, the good news is he is tripping that flank, so that's really important. But the problem, he doesn't have cage ever for later in these rounds. And I want to remind you, I've cut a lot of it out, but that has happened on about 6 or 7 rounds now. So he just needs to really be careful. He doesn't use it too often, and that is something he wrote to me. Now, the problem here, though, let's take a look at this play. So we have a cam available. Definitely could think about throwing a cam up there to support your team, right? So what I'd be doing here, probably, right, is I'd be looking to jump this corner, throw a cam, you know, in this sort of area and kind of get some vision here, see what I can see to support my team. Instead, going for a wide swing. Sage, with a very smart play, just kind of takes a straight up aim duel with you. As you're going to see here as well, guys, I want everyone to pay attention to his crosshair placement. Turn the corner. You're going to clear one angle, look to your left, clear the next. You want to keep moving to your right here. You just don't want to stand out in the open like this. Crucial clearing error. You want to keep moving to your right. Remember, we're slicing the pie. Angle 1, angle 2, and after you clear angle 1, which is your primary point of contact, you move over to angle number 2, right? And you move to your right to do that. That would have blocked this Sage out. But either way, take a look where he's aiming. Again, a little high, honestly, but obviously with the stairs and everything, I don't blame you for that one. What I will say, though, very tight to this wall. Very tight to this wall. That's going to be a tough shot because the second this Sage, if she does swing out wide, which she did, it's a very, very tough flick for you to hit. Ready? Boom. Look at that. Look how far she goes. Body shot versus the headshot. She beats you there. Again, no impact on this round. I'm going to have to go with I'm going to go 1 star there. Yeah. All right, guys. Final round of the first half. So, again, going for that initial setup, we've seen it about 9 times so far. The double cage. What does double cage do? It means that we don't have any cages left to end this round. So, final round of the first half, you always want to try to win these. Gets a little luckier to win this, but watch what happens next. Ready? We know that because of the call out and also on our mini map, we can very clearly see that we had a teammate, our Omen, right there, dies to the chamber. We know where chamber is. This is the most dangerous player on the team right now with his ultimate, with tour de force. If you had a cage, for example, you very easily could have sat in this position over here, got rid of this KO, and then just caged your way out onto site, right? And that is the problem with blowing all your utility early, is that when you do it, you have none for post plant or later in the rounds. For example, if your teammate, if the Omen goes down, you now have no smokes and you're really out of luck when it comes to crossing into sight here. You also have an ult that's going to go unused. What are you going to do? You're just going to challenge the chamber ult. You're going to challenge tour de force. You're probably going to lose that every single time. Not good value in that round. I have to go with 1 star. All right, guys, so starting off the second half here, looks like we're actually going to be holding A here with a teammate. Oh, big mistake, though. Big mistake. Let's talk about this. Ready? Okay, everybody, let's take a look here at the minimap. Let's see what help we have. What's going on? We just have a raze. Not only do we have a raze isn't in a position to actually help us currently. That means we're on our own. So, whenever you're on your own, you really have to think to yourself, is this a fight worth taking? Let's see. Raze comes through. Sage comes through. Also, look at the minimap. There's a KO sitting in that cage as well. That's 3 players. This is a 3v1. And this, my friends, is a high-risk, low-reward play. At most, you might get 1 kill. Right? At most, that's the best case, and you get traded out. That's not worth it there. That was a very, very poor play to open up this pistol round. You had some great information, but you need someone else playing on site to help you in that type of a scenario. So, unfortunately, I have to go with 1 star there. All right, guys, the good news, the team is able to win that round. So what does this mean? It means they're going to the next round with a Spectre full armor. And you guys know me, big fan of the Spectre on the second round and bringing it into the bonus round. So I'm happy to see not a Marshall buy. I think Marshall only works on a few agents. Spectre is very universal. Let's see where the play is, though. Going for the rotate. So coming over here, mini map, right? We're always looking at the mini map when we rotate. Now, boom, we come out of a smoke. This is when we look. The problem is no one came out of sight. What this means, I'm turning around. I'm turning around right now. I don't need to be here anymore. Now, the good news is, as a Cypher, thankfully, you have that cam available. So, he is one of the few agents that can truly rotate fully away and still have some pretty good information about where the enemy team is. In this case, it actually works out pretty well. His team is going to be pushing through here. The enemy team didn't end up rotating, which actually probably would have been a little bit smarter, and they are going to clean them up there. So, a decent round. We'll go 4 stars here. Moving into round 16 here. Great information off of the camera. I believe that was 4-ish spotted there. That's massive. Now, you want to be playing with your teammate. Your raze needs to be playing smart here. He needs to be playing for his life or come support you on site depending on the push. Now, with the early information, what you guys are often going to find is the enemy team is just going to run away. They're going to say, you know what? You guys got us good here. Never mind. Very important not to call for too many rotates. I like this. Let's get that mini map back up there, Bike. Thank you very much for pulling that up. Take another look here. So this is great, actually. This is really, really good patience by this Omen and this Fade. I must say, I'm actually impressed right now. These guys are just holding their positions. Sage has already made her way back over to Vent. This is looking good here. This is really, really nice positioning by this team. So let's see how the rest of the round goes. Well, guys, the enemy team ended up just running over to C here. So a nice job with the abilities, getting value. Team did a good job. That's a really decent round, I think. And honestly, your camera scared them off of that push. We're gonna go 4 stars in that round. I mean, I don't know what better way to show value through ability usage in that last round, right? You're almost able to delay a full push just by getting that early info on them, right? And that's something a few agents can do. That's something KOs can do with their knives, Sovas with their recon darts, and a Cypher with a camera, right? That's why it's so important that you guys remember the value and the impact you have in a game is not entirely dictated by the amount of kills you get. Right here again, cage goes down, smoke goes down, there's a trip there. The other team decides they don't want to push this. That is value you're getting from your abilities that you need to remember is important, okay? The scoreboard is not everything. Other team is going to end up rotating over here to B. Does a decent job getting over there to help, but you know, not able to really contribute anything. So a good job again with the abilities. We just go 4 stars again. All right, so making the early call, 1A. Again, look, gonna go with the preemptive cage there, but remember, we're also smoking this. So my question is it necessary to smoke and cage the same spot? I don't know. It seems a little wasteful from what I'm seeing. Oh, I love that camera. That is dirty. Nice job there with the utility. Gonna get some good value. Also gonna get an assist. We've seen that camera round after round, and it's working every time. You would think the enemy team would pick up on it, but I don't think they're going to. Gonna clear out this chamber here. Another good round from you. Not even shooting your gun, but still impacting rounds. I'm not sure about the cage smoke combo, but regardless, we're gonna go 4 stars again. All right, guys, moving into this 1v2 in round 19, I want you to remember something very important about B retakes. First and foremost, once you've kind of cleared this pillar angle, if no one's pillar and no one's on default, your next priority, you guessed it, right? If you know it, you know it. It's backside. This is a position where if we go into the minimap cam, a lot of players love playing there, right? So you're looking for ways to clear that. Now, how can we clear it safely, Coach Dragonmar? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what you really want to do here, I think, is actually run onto default, right onto this plant site or plant spot, excuse me, and you want to clear this back site without exposing yourself to A main, which normally is going to have a player. And what would have happened here, let's play this through really quick. You clear the player back site. There's a player in main. This is not a great setup. The reason is, let's look to our right. If you would have killed this raze, you might have won the round off of the pressure created by tapping the spike, okay? That's really important to remember. Boom. Right after you miss those shots, by the way, you immediately turn to backside. You need to immediately turn. You're slow. You're slow. You're slow. You go for a cage. No one cares. We don't care about the cage. We care about clearing backside, which is still not clear, okay? And then look at this. See how far you turn to the angle. You miss swing that. So yeah, that is a poor play. It was a 1v2. I'm going to go 2 stars there.
Default.
Okay, guys, so in round 20, Cypher gets res here after going 1-for-1 with a raze. Gets killed by a raze ult. Watch this. Ready? Look at this Sage push up against 2 enemy players here, right? This can't happen. So there needs to be more communication. What you need to be telling your teammate here is that you have an ult that you can use on site to get info. You also have a cage and a cam. You have great information right here, great abilities to be using in this round, but not if your teammate dies. So I think immediately, one thing I'm noticing, better communication from you might have saved this round. Let's see what you're able to do nonetheless. Oh, nice shot there onto the chamber, but that's about it. Ah, man, that's a really tough round. We're gonna go 3 stars there. I think that was a winnable round there in that endgame scenario. Has to have better communication though. So again, early cam over on A, finds nothing. Going for the rotate over here onto B. Let's see what happens. Gonna cage. I like the cage. Again, one cool thing about cages, right, is because of this cage, they don't know if he walked over here, right? And now he's playing in this backside spot. So it's kind of fun using cages because it does kind of trip up the enemy a little bit. Oh, man. Teammate speaking alone, though. Nice 2K from you. Pretty decent spray control. Let's take a look.
Yeah, they're out.
Didn't really go for headshots, though, and you go for an insta crouch. I don't love the peak, but a nice 2K nonetheless. Probably a little lucky with the headshots, right? Because I think one of those guys just straight up crouched into it. Bit of a jump peak there. You already get a 2K on the round, though, so a massive impact. And again, look at that. He's got his cam over on A. That's giving him a ton of valuable information. So I like that right here. He's splitting off from his teammates, checking his cam, has a trip. This is great. This is where Cypher excels. Being able to hold across the map without even being anywhere near it. Enemy team looks like they did try to end up pressuring through heaven. 1v2. Let's see how he plays it. That sucks. But that KO might think he's rafters, so it doesn't necessarily give away everything. Do we hear the KO running? I wouldn't peek that. Yeah, nope, peek. What you do here is you play time.
10 seconds left.
Oh, you were too slow. You're too slow. You're too slow. Okay, listen, this is a massive, massive tip for all you guys out there. When he sprays like that, what you do is you say, okay, I bet that you cannot hit me if I run across this. And then you run across immediately, jump across. Because what you're trying to do here, guys, is you're trying to make your way like a sneaky little snake down here into screens, into CT, and then potentially even into elbow if he lets you, because he only has 12 seconds, okay? It's gonna take him about 4 more seconds to get on site. If you're able to delay pretty much at all, you immediately win this round, right? So let's see what happens here. Plant goes down 7 seconds. Imagine if you were a little bit closer, you easily delay this and win the game off of that alone. Right now, you and your Sage peeking for heaven. A great pop flash by the KO. Sage needs someone needs to drop. Nice job covering that with the shot. Don't know, maybe, I don't know if you heard that, but
80.
Does the Phantom cover? Yeah, Phantom probably covers this down to the drop. Oh, not a great shot there, but you are going to get it done in the end. I don't love that you and your Sage split up here. I think that's a bit of a misplay. You guys want to stick together on this, want to peek together, but a good job nonetheless finishing off this round, using your HP to your advantage and getting a 3K. I think that's a pretty decent round from you. With the value you provide in this round, I'm gonna go 5 stars here. Well, guys, the enemy team has decided that A is no longer a viable site. So let's see what the retake play is here. I'm gonna spray through smoke. I'm gonna go down to 3 bullets, come out wide swing. Oh, hold on a second. Did you come out of smoke without your gun ready? Yeah, that's not fully ready. Now it is. Please be careful with that. That was a little reckless. Good ult though, right? This ult is gonna have massive value. Gonna immediately find 3 players on site. I would have sprayed that, by the way. I think right there you're missing a really good spray. You have a Phantom, you don't need to worry too much. I think right here I'm spraying down that. I think you find a kill 100% if you do that. You knew 2 are on pillar. Someone's probably still hugging it. That's a missed opportunity in my opinion. Yeah, it looks like they all ran back there into B main as well. So that would have been massive. That's a really good molly though from their Brim, unfortunately. I would have jumped in that a little quicker. The reason I would have jumped in that a little bit quicker is because if you're gonna stick it, it's okay to take a little bit of damage. And if you would have stuck it a little faster, take a little bit of molly damage, you would have won that round guaranteed. Thankfully, your teammate will win this. Nice. A decent round from you, but honestly, I think you could have had a lot more impact there. So I'm gonna have to go with 3 stars overall. All right, guys, this game does end up going into double overtime in which they win. Unfortunately, our Cypher wasn't able to do that much during overtime, but there are some takeaways that I want to make from this game. The first one is that I think that Byte could definitely benefit from a little more aggression throughout the game. I think that one thing that we didn't see enough of, especially on defense, is he didn't take advantage of the fact that they were never hitting his sight, right? After those initial pushes were stopped, they stopped going A almost entirely. What was really a good strat to use with Cypher is to try to push past your trip and look for more flanks and more flanking opportunities. That also creates map control, which you can then use to hopefully funnel your team into the right spots to support better. So that was definitely a missed opportunity. I also want to say that I think that Bike wants to work on his clearing technique as well. That was a big problem I had. A lot of his plays, a lot of the ways he was running through his smokes, or his cages, I should say, or through smokes on retakes, he was being a little bit reckless, a little careless with how he was peeking angles. He wasn't really clearing the right spots. And in particular, you can think back to that one round where it was a 1v2 retake where he didn't clear back sight, right? That's something that's very important moving forward, making sure you're in the proper spots to clear. I would also say, and this is something that he mentioned, you want to be careful using the same utility every round. On attack, I cut a lot of it out of the video, but we saw that like every round. That's something you definitely want to be worried about moving forward. Try not to do that every round. Save a cage or 2, because I think that you were wasting that utility in quite a few of those rounds. Could have came in much more valuable later on. And also, please be careful with caging into a smoke. Your smoke from your omen is then kind of wasted in a lot of ways. Make sure someone does one or the other. I wouldn't always do both, because it seemed like they were always overlapping. I understand there's a purpose sometimes to doing both, because obviously the cage is going to give you noise indications, but I still wouldn't do that moving forward. But I think the key for you is looking for some more aggressive plays. We played a lot of retakes similar to this game, but more aggression I think is going to benefit you very, very well. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD review. If you guys are interested in watching live coaching, come check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Dragonmar. I hope to see you guys there. If you enjoyed, leave a like and comment. And of course, subscribe for more. And remember to submit your VODs in Discord, and I might choose yours just like in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, and peace.